Britain just got a new king, and now Toyota has a new crown. We haven't seen this name here in Canada since 1972, but it's been sold globally since then. Now there's a new generation crown, and we get it as a replacement for the Avalon. As the Avalon did, the crown is a premium model that sits at the top of Toyota's sedan stable. And stable is appropriate here. The crown is all new for 2023, and this year also marks the 50th anniversary of the great Secretariat blowing the doors off everybody when he won horse racing's Triple Crown back in 1973. So I drove from Ontario to Kentucky to visit some special exhibits on him, driving a crown to commemorate the Triple Crown. I've logged 2,700 kilometers behind this car's steering wheel, so I know all about its performance and comfort. The Crown comes in 3 trim levels. All of them are gas-electric hybrids with standard all-wheel drive, but there are 2 hybrid systems from which to choose. The XLE, which starts at $45,590, and the Limited at $50,990, both use a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder with hybrid system and continuously variable transmission, or CVT. The combined gas-electric system makes 236 horsepower along with 163 foot-pounds of torque. But I'm in the top trim, the Crown Platinum, which is $10 shy of $60,000. In addition to extra features over those other 2 trims, it also has a different hybrid system known as Hybrid Max. It uses a turbocharged 2.4-liter engine and more powerful electric motors. These combine for 340 horsepower along with 400 foot-pounds of torque. Instead of a CVT, it uses a conventional 6-speed automatic transmission. This system will also be available in the upcoming Grand Highlander. All Crown trims drive their front wheels with the gas-electric combination, while the rear wheels are powered by a second electric motor. But while the XLE and Limited only activate the rear wheels as needed for traction, they're always active on the Platinum, where they can get between 30% and 80% of total power. That's because the 2 lower Crown models are more for hybrid efficiency, while the Platinum is all about performance. This thing is quick with really strong acceleration. On my trip, I encountered more than a few people who weren't good at merging or changing lanes, and I had to call on my Crown to get me out of potential trouble. If you think efficient but slow when someone mentions a hybrid, you need to try driving this one. The Platinum also has an adaptive suspension, and while it's not a sports sedan, it feels planted and composed around curves. The ride is smooth and comfortable, but tight enough that it's confident on the highway and never feels floaty. Both hybrid systems are self-charging through regenerative braking, so they don't get plugged in. And both switch automatically between gasoline, electricity, or a combination, depending on driving needs. But the Platinum tends to use its engine more than its battery alone for that driving performance. As a result, the XLE and Limited are rated at 5.7 liters per 100 kilometers in combined city highway driving, while the Platinum is 7.8. Both run on regular 87-octane gasoline. The Crown may be a sedan, but sways into crossover territory with its taller ride height, which also makes it easier to get in and out. The 2-tone with the black hood and trunk is an $850 option that's only on the Platinum, and people who wanted to know more about the car, and there were a lot of them since it's so new, either loved or hated the paint scheme. The 21-inch wheels are also unique to the Platinum, where the other trims get 19-inch rims. That sloping roof steals some rear seat headroom. I'm not that tall, but some passengers might not be quite as happy back there. But the front seats are spacious, and they stayed very supportive and comfortable for 2,700 kilometers. My first day was 9 hours straight, and my back felt fine. The cabin design is simple and handsome enough, but with enough hard plastic to remind you that this may be a $60,000 car, but it's still a Toyota and not a Lexus. There are some clever features, such as a wireless charger that securely holds your phone upright, a configurable bin that's storage or a cup holder, and a console box lid that opens from either side. Standard features include heated front and rear seats, ventilated front seats, a heated steering wheel, auto-dimming mirror, and a panoramic sunroof. Still, there were a couple of things I might have expected at this price. A head-up display and a power trunk, but they're not available. The trunk is generous, but also has hinges instead of struts, which intrude a little bit into the space. I bought a lot of souvenirs on my trip and had to remember to pack them so they wouldn't get crunched when I closed the trunk. The center 12.3-inch touchscreen includes 3 years of Toyota's Drive Connect subscription, including Google-based navigation and wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. I really like that it isn't a way bigger screen with all the car's functions stuffed into it. Instead, there are toggles for the dual-zone climate and the seat heaters and coolers, along with a dial for stereo volume. It's easier than finding and tapping a screen icon, and it reduces distraction, so you're not making those dangerously bad highway lane changes that I had to get around. The Platinum also includes a self-parking feature. Like all these systems, it's faster to park it yourself, but this one works very well. Once you activate it, the car does everything: finds a space, shifts gears, steers into the spot, and then puts itself into park. There is a full suite of driver assist safety features, including blind spot monitoring, adaptive cruise control, emergency front braking, and lane keeping assist. It also watches your face and beeps a warning if you look away from the road for too long. I spent a lot of time and a lot of kilometers in the Crown, and overall, I really like it. The interior may not look quite as premium as the price, but the Platinum's performance hybrid powertrain is impressive, and it's long-distance comfortable. The big question is if people will look beyond an SUV, the Canadian configuration of choice, and consider a sedan. But take a look. The Crown could be the come-from-behind dark horse that ultimately turns out to be the winner. For Driving.ca, I'm Jill McIntosh. And for more news and reviews, be sure to visit us on Instagram and Twitter.